The rain poured in sheets that evening, soaking through the cracked roof of the little mechanic shop that barely held itself together. The flickering yellow bulb hanging from the ceiling struggled to push back the darkness, casting long, tired shadows across the grease-stained floor. Inside, bent over an old, rusted engine, was Daniel, a man with calloused hands, a heart too big for his own good, and pockets that rarely had more than a few crumpled bills. Daniel wasn't just poor, he was invisible. The kind of man people passed on the street without a second glance. His shop sat on the edge of town, forgotten like the paint peeling from its walls. Yet despite the hardship pressing on him, Daniel carried something far more valuable than money, a quiet belief that kindness was never wasted. That night, just as he was about to close up, headlights cut through the rain. A sleek black car rolled to a stop in front of his shop, sputtering as if it had lost its breath. But it wasn't the car that caught his attention. It was the woman inside. She pushed open the door, struggling with crutches. Her leg was wrapped in bandages, her face pale with pain. She wasn't dressed like the people Daniel usually saw around here. Her clothes were neat but plain, and her eyes carried the weight of someone used to standing tall, but brought low by circumstance. "Please," she said, her voice trembling, "I don't have much, but could you help me? My car stopped. I need to get home and, my leg, something doesn't feel right. I can't afford a hospital visit right now." Daniel looked at her, his chest tightening. He knew that tone. He had spoken it himself when he begged landlords for extensions, when he prayed for one more chance to make things right. Without hesitation, he opened the car hood, tools already in hand. "You don't worry about money," he said softly. "Let's get you fixed up first." The engine was tricky, but Daniel had magic in his fingers. Hours passed as the storm raged outside, and when the car roared back to life, the woman's eyes filled with tears. She had asked only for her car, but Daniel couldn't ignore the limp, the pain etched across her face. Gently, he sat her down, cleaned the wound, tightened the bandage, and even used some of his own medicine stash, leftovers from when he'd patched up his son before the boy passed away years ago. When she tried to pull money from her bag, Daniel raised a hand and shook his head. "Keep it. Save it for food, for whatever you need. I've been where you are. I know how heavy the world feels when you can't see a way out." She broke down then, sobbing in the dim light of his little shop. He didn't ask her name. He didn't need to. She was human and she was hurting. That was enough for him. A month slipped by. Daniel forgot about her, lost in the struggle of overdue rent notices and a landlord threatening to shut him down. But then one morning, a convoy of cars pulled up outside his shop. He thought at first they'd come to repossess what little he had left. Instead, the same woman stepped out. No crutches this time, walking with strength. Her bandaged leg had healed, and her presence seemed to command the very air around her. Behind her, men in suits carried papers, folders, and a sense of urgency. "Daniel," she said, her voice warm and steady now, "I never told you who I was. My name is Elizabeth Carter. I own Carter Industries." Daniel blinked. His heart stumbled. Carter Industries, the multinational company whose name was stamped on skyscrapers, hospitals, and entire neighborhoods. Elizabeth smiled, and there was gratitude in her eyes that no amount of wealth could disguise. "You gave me more than a repaired car and a fixed bandage that night," she continued. "You gave me dignity when I felt small, hope when I felt forgotten. You treated me like a person when the world saw me as nothing but money, and now it's my turn." Her assistant stepped forward, handing Daniel documents he could hardly believe were real. She wasn't paying him for the repairs. She was investing in him. The papers bore the name of a new auto service center, fully funded, with Daniel as the owner. Tears blurred his vision as his trembling hands clutched the papers. Elizabeth reached out and squeezed his calloused fingers. "The world needs more people like you. You reminded me of what money can't buy, human kindness. I want to give you the chance to live with the same hope you gave me." Daniel's shop, once a forgotten place on the edge of town, soon transformed into a thriving center. The peeling paint was replaced by gleaming glass, the broken bulb by bright lights. But more importantly, the man who once thought kindness was invisible discovered it could move mountains, even in the heart of a millionaire. And all of it had begun with a rainy night, a broken car, and a mechanic who believed that no one should ever be turned away